This is the Palin Update on Mama Grizzly Radio. I'm Kevin Schola in the 3D Security and Training Academy studios.
Hollywood lies are Hollywood lies. You know, they're going to do what they can do to drum up their money and their machine happens to be a very pro-leftist, pro-Barack Obama machine.
Balancing politics with entertainment. Sarah Palin has been masterful in infiltrating pop culture, often going right into the belly of the beast, a practice unheard of for many conservatives. Whether it's Saturday Night Live or The Today Show, Palin has reached a wide audience with her common-sense ideas and likable personality. Today, we discuss that mix of politics and entertainment and a little tennis with TV host, actress, and writer, former NFL cheerleader and Price is Right star, Danielle Demski. Governor Palin offers insight on the early race for president. A brand new installment of Liberty and Legacy with Tamara Colbert's on the way from Texas. And just ahead, our latest edition of Steel Resolve with Sarah Steelman of Missouri. Welcome to the Palin Update on Mama Grizzly Radio. The Palin Update is sponsored by 3D Security and Training Academy. Learn more at 3dsta.com. You wouldn't get this coverage if you're a milquetoast like Mitch McConnell or John Boehner. The media obsession with Sarah Palin is like none other. Many outlets that cover the governor are not even political per se, but they know Palin is a force in many ways. So the TMZs and Entertainment Tonights of the world are on her heels just as much as Fox or CNN. Palin has smartly used this to her advantage, able to convey messages and reach Americans through these unlikely outlets. Today, we're happy to have Danielle Demski on the show to discuss this balance of politics and showbiz. Danielle does it all, a host, actress, writer, NFL cheerleader, the list goes on and on. You may have seen her on the red carpet or Price is Right, and now she has a brand new tennis program. Danielle Demski, welcome to the Palin Update on Mama Grizzly Radio.
Hello.
Good to have you here. So it's an exciting time for you. A new show coming out this summer. It's called Fit to Hit on the Tennis Channel. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, it's coming out this July 26th. It premieres on the Tennis Channel. I have been traveling all over the U.S. for the last couple months, shooting episodes in different tennis hotspots and speaking with pros and nutritionists and basically the greatest minds in tennis to find out how to improve your game for someone who is a pro or somebody who's just your average weekend warrior.
That's a unique take on that. I think people will like that, right? You get to see these pros that they recognize, but then you get to see someone that maybe you relate to who loves the game but isn't of the pro level.
Right. Most of us are not pros in the world of tennis. So,
right.
It's good to know how to improve your game, even if you're not at that level.
Well, it is such a tough game and an underrated game. I think a lot of people who maybe have not played tennis at all or are not into it, as far as the individual sports, I mean, maybe other than boxing, it's really tough. I mean, it's a tough game. You got to have a lot of stamina. And, these women and men who play are super athletes, no doubt about that. Can you tell us anything more about any of the episodes without giving too much away? I don't know what you can say as far as the Tennis Channel is concerned, but what could we expect as the season gets underway?
Well, like I said, I've been traveling all over for the last few months, so I can tell you that a few of the episodes that we've shot, one takes place in New York City, and another one takes place in Florida, and we also just shot an episode in Palm Springs. So those are a few of the places I can tell you about, but I mean anything from playing tennis in Central Park to playing on a grass court in Palm Springs to getting really, really vital information from some of the people who are at the top of their game in fitness and nutrition for tennis.
Now, did you have a tennis background going into this? Did you play at all, or is this just coming from a standpoint of a big fan of the game and someone who's athletic and can host a TV show?
Well, yes, I would consider myself athletic, and I can definitely host a TV show. But I do come from a tennis background as well. I grew up playing tennis, and I've always loved the game and loved playing and watching. So it's a good fit. And I'm definitely not a pro. So I fit in with that weekend warrior group.
Yeah, I like the approach here. I think it really could be a good program for people to check out, even if you're not a huge tennis person. I mean, the concept's great there because you see the regular people involved, but, learning from the best and also having a fun spin on things. So, again, this will be on the Tennis Channel. It's called Fit to Hit, and Danielle Demski is the host of this new show. We're definitely looking forward to that. Now, Danielle, people who may not know your background, I talked to you, of course, for a Breitbart piece a while back, and we got a lot of this information out, but, you used to be a cheerleader in the NFL for the Arizona Cardinals, and during that time you had some unique opportunities to give back to the community. It's not just game day where you're cheering for the team. There's a lot of other things you do, and you were also able to really lift the spirits of our military. And, I know it was a few years back, but it's just something I think, you should be proud of, and I think it's great because it means so much to our men and women in uniform. Tell our listeners what you did with the military when you were with the Cardinals.
Well, I traveled around with the USO for several years, all over the world, and then all over the U.S. as well, and visited military bases where we would perform for the soldiers, and we would get a chance to, meet the soldiers and sit down with them and talk with them and have breakfast with them and stay on the bases and really see it from a firsthand perspective, because you know what they do and you kind of hear about it and you have an idea, but to see what these soldiers are doing and going through on a daily basis is really eye-opening. So it was an incredible experience for me and just made me have even more of an appreciation for our military and for the country that I live in. So it was a really, really incredible experience.
It's amazing, isn't it? These guys are out there, just in harm's way at all times, and sometimes just a simple thank you or what you did going over and, talking to them, it just lifts their spirits, unbelievably through the roof. And it's such a simple thing that all of us could do. If you just see a service member or a veteran and just go up to them and thank them. I mean, the smiles and just the sense of pride that you could see there when you let them know that, hey, it is well received back here at home. It's amazing because it really doesn't take that much effort on our part. I mean, it's really a gift to us, I think. So, considering what they're doing, and here they are thanking us.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely, it was an amazing experience to be able to thank them in person.
You've done a lot of projects in recent years. You were on The Price is Right, and I've told you before that's my daughter's favorite job of yours because when she plays Price is Right, she's usually Danielle. So
Let's Make a Deal. Yeah.
Let's Make a Deal. Yeah, the whole thing. Right. Yeah, the one time I think it was Chuck E. Cheese or wherever the heck we were, I took her. They had a game there, one of the video games of the game show, and she was like, "Oh, is Danielle in this?" She was looking to see if you were on it. But lately, you've also been a staple on the red carpet, getting out there, high-profile award shows, hosting pre- and post-game wrap-ups as far as that, and, talking to huge Hollywood stars and movie stars. How's that been for you, and what's that work like?
I love what I do in general, so the majority of what I've done throughout my career has been sports coverage and then also entertainment coverage. So, being out on the carpet, whether it's the Academy Awards or it's a movie premiere or something like that, it's always really exciting. And I love films and I love acting and I love being a part of that. So to be able to talk to some of my favorite actors, up close at a premiere, at a junket, and, kind of hear their process or what they think of the film that's coming out. It's a fun job to have.
What do you make of someone like Governor Palin, who's really been very unique in her willingness to go on to shows that may not be for her, so to speak, or have the cards stacked against her, but there she is on Saturday Night Live and the Today Show and others, not to mention her own television shows, Amazing America and Sarah Palin's Alaska, and also Bristol Palin, who was on Dancing with the Stars, and Sarah Palin involved in that. A lot of conservatives and a lot of common sense folks, especially if they're already involved in politics, they kind of shy away from things like this, but Palin has infiltrated pop culture, if you will, and I think it's a smart move because, one, conservatives like movies and TV and music too, so it's nice to be involved, and two, she could get out there and introduce herself to many more people who may not hear her otherwise or may hear the wrong things about her or things that aren't true about her. So smart move by Palin to get involved in entertainment, you think?
I think absolutely. I think for all politicians or for anyone who has a point of view that they want to get out there and get across, we shouldn't be so divided into this is a liberal show and then this is a conservative show
Right.
and this is I think that I want to hear all different thoughts and opinions and ideas. And, I don't want it to be divided. So for her to go on, Saturday Night Live or whatever, I think is a great idea, whether you have a conservative view or a more liberal view. I think they all need to be heard. And I think it makes us better as a society to get all those opinions out there.